Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to take you along with me and we are going to plan a week of our homeschool in my new paper planner. If you watched my video a couple videos back, you'll know that we are no longer using Trello for our day-to-day homeschool planning. We're using it for other planning and resource repository, but I'm not using it as my actual planner anymore. It was becoming a distraction for me in the homeschool, and it was causing us to unfortunately take longer to homeschool. So yes, it was me, not my kids, being the distraction factor. So I took a strong look at myself and I said, hey, Mary, you just can't have technology with you in your hands when you're homeschooling. So went back to the trusty good old paper planner and I've been loving it. I went back to an Emmeline Bloom planner. I used this last year before I switched over to Trello, and I really like the setup. It's very minimalistic. It kind of reminds me of the School Nest minimalist planner. I haven't looked at one physically, but I've seen lots of reviews for those, but it's probably even a little bit more pared down from that, and it's perfect for me. The price point is also perfect. It's only $10. So I'll link that down below if you're looking at getting a new planner. She's got a couple different cover options. I went with this. It's a little different than last year's that I picked, so I just thought I'd change it up. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to show you how I use it also in conjunction with my parent resource binder. And then of course I've got my curriculum all printed out here to pull from so I can write everything down. And then I also got some new, I got a new pencil case. I'm a little bit of a nerd. I love all things like organization and things like that. So a new pencil case is very exciting for me. But also my kids get new pencil cases every school year, so why shouldn't I? So I got a new one. It's basically the same one I had last time, but I got a different color this time. But I'm rambling a little bit here. Let's get back to the planning bit. So just so you guys know, I don't do necessarily a plan from behind method anymore because I feel very comfortable with our schedule, and I know kind of now how to schedule us out. So I actually write out everything in my planner for the whole week that we're going to be doing homeschooling. I used to plan from behind because I wasn't sure, because I was trying to maybe like move things around, but I'm pretty good now with how our schedule works. And I also use erasable pens. So if something needs to be switched up, I can easily erase and then move it to Friday, you know? No big deal there. So, which we do a lot because life gets in the way. That's one of the benefits of homeschooling, is the flexibility. But I do this once a week. I plan 1 week out, and then I wait till the end of that week, see where we finished up with all of our curriculum, because if we got ahead or behind on something, I don't want to write out a couple weeks and then have to go and erase all that and then rewrite it. That's not good for my sanity. So I do it weekly, which might seem like a lot, but honestly, it maybe takes me 20 minutes to do this on a Saturday or a Sunday. So no big deal there at all. So I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to flip the camera around so you can see my desk and see what I'm working on, and then you can see how I plan everything out. Okay guys, here is my homeschool planner. Again, this is an Emmeline Bloom planner. You see it right there. Oh gosh, is it blurry? Yep, it's a 2024 to 2025 planner. It is dated. She has multiple different covers for them. She's also kind of got some different internal setups, but I just like this month and daily plan. This works the best for me, the way it's set up. Before we hop in here, I thought I'd show you some of my new goodies. So this is my old pencil pen case. It's been through the ringer. Obviously there's a pen stain starting to fray, because I mean, I literally use this all the time, and I've had it now for maybe 2 years. It's been through the ringer. But so I just want to show you what it looks like. I'm swapping this out. I'm going to show you the new one I got. So I keep my main pens up here, my erasable and then my non-erasable. I really like the S-Gel Sharpies. These write beautifully. That's for my permanent pens, and for anything that I erase, it's the friction clicker. It's amazing. So up here, you've got little zip pouch. I keep so many random things in here. I've got like little Post-it flags. I've got tiny Post-its. I've got a sketching pen and its eraser, and some random paper clips in there. And then up top, I keep my erasable pens, again, through Friction. I'll leave them down below. You know what I'm saying, Pilot pens. And then I've got some colorful erasable pens that I love. My Cricut scissors, just in case I need to cut anything. And then I got some whiteout for if I'm using my permanent pens. So, oh gosh, almost dropped all that. So that's a good look inside my current pencil case. I am swapping it out. Again, same brand, just a different look. Literally just got this from Amazon, came in today, and I'm so excited for it. So it's the same setup as this one. It can be this tiny, or just like this one, you can unzip it and it can expand to hold so much more. It's like an expandable carry-on suitcase. It's amazing. So you've got the front pocket here. This is really good material too. I really like this. And I got the, it's like a pink blush color. Again, zipper up top. You've got a space for pens or highlighters. And then when you unzip this, you've got a deep pocket for all your pens. So let's do a quick swap. Ready for some movie magic? Look at that. Don't you love movie magic? It's all set back up. It's the same size, so everything fits perfectly. I love it. And I just like the color. I think it's cute. So I don't think they had this color last time. I just really liked the functionality of the last one. I just threw it out in the trash, so I'm not going to get it back out again. But they didn't have as many colors, which is why I went with that kind of mint green. I really like this pink one, so I'm really excited about it. The one thing I need to do is I've had these pens for ages, and this one, it's the color I use for my oldest daughter because I do have some color coding going on with my colors I use. It is dead. I need to replace it. So we're going to swap that out. And I got a whole new pack. Now I don't need all of these because not all of them have died. Some of them are starting to show signs that they might be going out. So I decided to just get the whole pack again and I can replace them and then, you know, take out what I need. So I'm going to take out this one, the pink that I just got rid of. Okay, I just pulled out that dark pink from behind there, and so we're just bringing in the new one. So we've got all updated pens. This one is starting to go, but I think I've still got some more juice in it. However, I did buy some backup pens, so if it does die in the process, I've got some new ones to swap out for it. All right, we've got our tools. We're good there. We've got our planner. The other things I will be using are from my parent resource binder is our curriculum. So I need this guy. If you haven't seen inside my parent resource binder, I break out our school in terms. So this is term 1 and we are on, that's not correct. That's not our break. We're taking a break right here. So we are going to put in week 7 is what we're putting into the planner. So here is our core curriculum. And then here's kind of our weekly things that we do. So daily work, weekly work from arts, riches, things like that. So I'm going to put all this in there. And then the other things we will need are the actual curriculum. So our space adventure, some of my curriculum I do have on the computer, so I don't print it out, but I did print out our hand guide, the teacher guide for our space adventure from Blossom and Root. It's their level 0 space science. I love it. The girls are so enjoying it. And then our other main, like our truly main curriculum that we're running off of is Build Your Library Level 0 Around the World by Emily Cook. So I'm going to need, obviously, you know, to see what that looks like. Oh, something fun I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so I don't want to give away too much of her curriculum because she is a digital, it is a digital curriculum. She put a lot of work into this, so I don't want to share too much. But the way she does her curriculum, I'm going to show you week 1. So I actually printed it all out on one sheet to save ink and paper. So this is actually 6 different pages from her curriculum. The first part of the week, she shows you a breakout and a grid. And then she breaks out each page is one day from the week. Well, hold on, sorry. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. So instead of printing out all these on individual sheets, I figured out that you can print more than one page on one page, which I think is amazing. This is a little tiny and it is sometimes hard for me to read, but right now it saved me so much money and time and trees by doing it this way, and I can do this. As I get older, my eyesight might not be able to handle doing this, but for right now, this is just a tip. You go into your printer settings and you can go down, there's a preference, and you say how many pages on a page, and I just put 6. You could do 4, you could do 2. So I thought that was a really cool tip, and I just wanted to share that in case you were trying to save money, trees, paper, ink, etc. Okay, so let's go to week 7, because then I just pull out that page. So week 7, we are learning about Brazil. That's exciting. All right, so I just need week 7 page. I have here written, and I've kind of made some adjustments already, but I have Torchlight books from level 0 that we could use some spines optional if I have time. I've written them down here. If I have time, I might pull one of these out and add it to the curriculum that we're already doing to enhance the experience and get more information. Also, art, we use a different art book than what they recommend. It's actually the original art book they recommended, but it went out of print. However, I was easily able to find it for very cheap on Thrift Book. And then I also added this book from our library, What's on Your Plate. It talks about food from different countries. And so they have a highlight for Brazil of food. So we're going to bring that in as well. Okay, first things first, if you want to see more of a flip through of this, go check out my, I'll link it up here, my video on switching over to this paper planner. I do more of a flip through. This, we're just going to do the planning. I don't want to do more than that. So what I do is I open it to the week. So we're here, week 7. And it's a blank slate. It has the dates. It has your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, reminders, notes, and then it's blank here. It says subjects, and then you can write down your subjects. So it's a blank canvas, right? First thing I do is I write down my subjects. So let's get that done, and I will do that very quickly for you. I'm going to use my erasable pen, of course, because I am prone to making mistakes. Okay, so you'll see here the way that I split it up. I'm going to show it to you this way. I do math, because that's the first thing we do, first subject, because that's just when my kids are the sharpest, first thing in the morning before they've had to do anything else. So we knock out math first. Then I put a separate section for each of my girls. So C is my youngest daughter, CB. Those are initials. This is her language arts component. Then my oldest is EB, Emery. This is her component right here for language arts. Then I put anything for morning time, geography, nature or science. They get to share a block. And then appointments are on the bottom. And appointments can be personal appointments. They can be co-op events. It could be my kids' sports, anything like that. Anything that is not, or a doctor's appointment, right? It doesn't have to be homeschool related, but anything that is going to take time out of the day and our schedule. Now, what I normally do first is I go through here and I put in all of the events, appointments, anything that we have going on during the week. So that when I'm planning up here, I can see, oh, we've got a co-op thing that's going to be about 2 hours. So I probably need to pull some stuff from Monday and put it on Tuesday, just so I can balance out my schedule better. I'm not going to put those appointments in here because it's personal information and I just don't want to share that with the internet. So, but I have looked at my calendar. What I do is there's a monthly view here. I don't want to share it because it'll show you personal information, but I flip to my monthly view and I say, okay, what do I have on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? And then I write it in here. But again, I've already looked at that, so I know what's going on. So I know how to organize accordingly. So next, I like to just add a little fun color in here. So we're going to do pink. So I like to highlight all these. Not that it's necessary, but it just looks pretty. Also, something else for a pretty factor. I've shared these before on a previous video, but I just got these new washi tapes. They're so cute. And then I also got some fun stickers here, all nature themed because I'm all about nature this year. We got some fun sunflowers, butterflies and feathers and just mushrooms. Like, how fun is that? So what I like to do is I always, as you can kind of see here peeking out, I put a washi tape on the border. So let me do that real quick. I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to do the feathers. Look at that. That is so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going to put that on there right now. Okay, so as you can see, really pretty feathers. And then I'm also going to, I think, put a butterfly in the corner down below from this pack. Okay, so just for this week, I added a little butterfly decal on the bottom right corner. We've got our subjects and we've got our washi tape. We're ready to go. So now I look at this and I just start knocking them one out at a time and I write it in here. So for my oldest daughter, I use pink, and for my youngest daughter, I use purple because those are their favorite colors. So the first thing I always do is I write in their math because that's super easy. Okay, so what I put in here is my youngest uses math with confidence kindergarten. My oldest, we're actually switching her, which I'll talk about in my update for homeschool. My next homeschool update, we'll talk about we're switching her to Math Mammoth grade 2. She's already started it. So all I do is I write in the math, and then what I do, because sometimes my kids do 1 lesson a day, sometimes they might do 2, you know, it can change. So I don't write in the actual lesson, but once we've done the lesson, then I write in what lesson we've done. Same here. With Math Mammoth, it's not so much lessons, but more like which pages. She doesn't really have the lessons numbered, just titled. So I just put down pages that we've done. So that's a little bit of the plan behind that I do. So, but I write that all in so it's ready to go and I can just put in the lessons. Next, I will do my daughter's language arts, which are pretty, honestly, we just do the same thing either every other day or every day. So I'll write that in and then I'll go over it with you. Okay, guys, so here is what our language arts looks like for the week. So my youngest will do a lesson from Ordinary Parents Guide to Teaching Reading, also another change, which I will be talking about in my monthly update next, which will be coming up here soon. She'll do 1 lesson every day, Monday through Thursday. Now, these we only do 1 per day, so I can go ahead and say the last one she did was lesson 33, so confidently 34, 35, 36, and 37. So I write that in. She also uses elemental phonics, which she has now finished level 1. So we're doing elemental phonics 2 as kind of a warm up. I do that actually before the Ordinary Parents Guide to Teaching Reading. We might do 1 page, we might do 3. So I leave that blank and I'll put in here what lesson, how many lessons we do and which ones, and I'll fill that in after the fact. Then on alternate days, we do get ready for the code or get set for the code. I can't remember. It's workbook B, so code B, and I put in a page. Again, she might do 1, she might do 3. It depends on how she's feeling. So I leave that blank and I fill that in after the fact. And then we do her handwriting the other days, Tuesday and Thursday, the Good and the Beautiful level K, and then I put in what page we do. And then on Fridays, we do Blossom and Roots copywork page. So for week 7, it's just 1 page a week. So we just do that on Fridays. It's a little more fun. For my oldest daughter, we do a McGuffey lesson every day. Again, we fill in the lesson and what part of the loop. I have a whole McGuffey loop for each kid. So for my kindergarten, we do different things. So however far we get in the loop, and then we'll pick up at the next day at the next spot. And then this is my kindergartner's loop for the McGuffey readers because she's still doing the McGuffey reader. But for phonics lessons, we are doing Ordinary Parents Guide to Teaching Reading. Then 3 times a week, we'll do first language lessons. So that's Monday, Wednesday, and then cursive. She'll do her cursive handwriting on Tuesday, Thursday. And then 3 days a week, we do actual scheduled independent reading. She does that during her quiet time. She's going through the Magic Treehouse series right now. She just finished the first book and she's on to the second one and really enjoying it. So next, for morning time, I take a look at this here. So let me go ahead and highlight and cross off what I've already put down. So this is for week 7. What have I put on there? Nothing from up here. So it's all been, I think, their daily work. All of this I filled in. Their math, their language arts, essentially, is what I filled in. So let me highlight all that out just to say I've done it. So math for both girls, handwriting, copy work, reading, grammar. I have not put Spanish down. I need to do that. And that's their ninja and soccer, which I'll put on later. Okay, so for morning time, so any group subjects, I honestly just use my black erasable pen. Nothing colorful fun there. So our free read, which we don't have one scheduled for this week because we just finished up Velveteen Rabbit, but normally we would do a reading from our free read every day, just a little bit at the beginning of morning time. So we don't have one for this week specifically because we finished the Velveteen Rabbit early, so I can cross that out. I already did that. Next, we are doing Paddle to the Sea, Chapter 6, and map work. We're doing our character cards. I got these beautiful character cards from September & Co. off of Etsy. And honestly, we just do one on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We talk about it and we reference back to the character trait that we learned about this week all throughout the week, just in different situations. A lot of times situations comes up where we can talk about, like, eagerness was our character card last week, and there's a lot of things we talked about throughout the week about being eager. Next up, I'm going to put in Aesop's Fables. So we have Lion and Mouse. And then Thursday we have Boy and Wolf. By doing this all at the beginning of the year, creating these, I have these for each term. It just makes scheduling every week so much easier. So we don't have a Blue Fairy reading this week. That's all that. Oh, we have our first Shakespeare reading, Midsummer Dream. Oh, that's going to be great. Okay, that's exciting. So let's put that right here. We'll start Shakespeare on Tuesday. And I don't know how long it's going to take us to do that reading, but I'll continue that across the rest of the week. And then we do our poetry on Thursdays. So I put that here under nature. I know that sounds weird, but a lot of times we're talking about nature with our poems, so I put it here. So poetry, tea time, and page 48 to 49 out of our Nat Geo's animal poetry book. So I put that there. So we've done all that. We've done everything except for science and geography, which we'll add in a second. I like to add those last. Oh, another thing for morning time, I put my Spanish lesson here. So Spanish lesson, and I do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. And this is more of a review of that lesson. Okay, so we've got Spanish in there. So I can erase that. I'm going to put ninja in there. Okay, so the other things that I include in morning time are these more the riches is what you call them. So like art, artist study, composer, handicrafts. I put that all in my morning time block. So let's get rid of that. So the art is going to be Brazil centric. So I want to get through some more of the week. So I'm going to put art on Friday. So we'll have learned about Brazil all during the week, and then we'll do a cool arts and art craft for Brazil. And then we'll do Beethoven week 4 on Wednesday. let's do a nature. Well, I'm going to put nature walk for Tuesday. But if the weather looks better on Monday, we'll switch it to Monday. And journal. We don't always do a nature walk every week and journal every week, but I like to do at least every other week if possible. Okay, so that. Oh, there's a cooking. Let's see what the cooking is, because depending on what it might be, I might do it on a certain day. All right, let's see. Brigadeiros. Maybe we'll leave that for Friday. I kind of like to do cooking on Friday. It's just more fun because that's more of our fun Friday. Okay, cooking, page 123. It also allows me to get any groceries I need for the item that we're cooking. All right, so we got Beethoven. Now we got that down. Let's see what else. Oh, handicraft. We'll do our handicraft on Thursday because that seems like a light morning time. I move these around throughout the week depending on what we've got going on because they change. So I don't keep like every Friday we do art, except for cooking. Cooking a lot of times does fall on Friday just because it makes the most sense. I've got my language arts extras in there. Oh, and then my oldest will do, oh, I forgot. I'm going to put this up here. My oldest is doing core knowledge, grade 1 computer study for the first half of this year. And then she's going to do grade 2 the second half. And it's going really well. So I'm going to put CK computer 4.1 because that's the unit we're on. All right. And then anything else I missed? I think that's it. So let's go back. So I fill in all that. So I've got my math, my language arts, my morning time. Now I fill in my geography block and my science. So science is super easy. We always do science on Fridays unless something comes up and it makes more sense. So all I write down is in the science block, building the spacecraft. Ooh, this is going to be a fun week in science. Week 7. And then I go, obviously, a couple days before then, I go to the week. And then I look and see, what do I need to do? What do I need to get out, etc. And that's it. Okay, so we'll do that on Friday. Okay, so the only thing I need to fill in now is basically everything from this sheet and transfer it over here. I don't transfer everything. I just transfer like the books so I know what books to pull that day, etc. So I'm going to do that really quickly off screen and then I'll bring it back and show you. Okay, so I filled in the entire geography section. All I did was transfer over what was on this sheet. I didn't include any potential spines we might bring over from Torchlight. That's just if we have time, so I leave it on that sheet. But I put everything on here as they have it written in the schedule because I feel like she balances it out pretty well. I will say this is a heavier geography week for us. We have quite a lot of literature we're going to be reading, so it's probably good that we don't have a free read to read this week. We're starting The Secret Garden next week, so I'm kind of glad this week ended up being one where we're not reading anything extra. So we have Tales Our Abuelitas Told. So we're reading short stories from there each day. We also have Along the Tapajos. There was another one. Oh, the Great Kapuk Tree, talking about the Amazon rainforest. That's another literature. So we have 3 literature selections we're reading. And then, of course, I shorthand everything. So this stands for Children Just Like Me. This is Smithsonian's Children's something Atlas. And then this WAA is Wild Animal Atlas. So I keep everything shorthand. And the reason I write it down in here is so that I can just cross it off so I can visually see what else we have to complete. And if we need to move something, I can move it over to another week because I use the erasable pen. So that's it. That's our week for next week. So just to recap, math, my youngest language arts, which by the way, this maybe all takes 15 minutes at most. My oldest language arts, which again, maybe takes 15 to 20 minutes. I try and keep things short. and sweet. And then math, no more than 15 minutes for my kindergartner, and for my second grader, we do about 30 minutes. Frankly, ever since we moved over Math Mammoth, she asks me, can I do one more page? And I'm like, as long as we can stay under 30 minutes, I'll let you do as much as you want. That's where we're at right now, and it's going well. And then this is the one negotiable. Depending on the weather, depending on our schedule, depending on everything else. If anything gets dropped, it's the nature walk gets dropped. And I mean, that's where we're at right now. I think next year I want to be more not regimented, but I want to be more consistent about doing nature studies, and a nature walk. But weather comes into play. Do we have easy access to somewhere we can go do a quick nature walk? At best, I'm like, let's just go walk to our mailbox, which is half a mile away. So it's a full mile walk there and back. Cause we live in a newer neighborhood that has the, mailbox banks. I have to explain this to people because they're like, isn't your mailbox at the end of your driveway? It's not, unfortunately, but it's a really nice walk because there's a lake right next to it. So I consider that a nature walk. If that's the best we can do, that's the best we can do. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. If you're new to homeschooling, you're trying to get ideas on how to plan, or maybe you're a pro, you've been doing this for years, but you're just looking for a different perspective on planning, and maybe you got some good ideas out of it. I don't know. But either way, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel and you love all things homeschooling, definitely hit that subscribe button because you will probably like the content I put out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.